What have we got here? Let's see. Welcome to First Pitch Live.
Good morning. It's the day after Christmas. Yesterday, we were opening the presents in the form of upsets, number 4 seeds, number 3 seeds, couple 1 seeds, get wins, couple 1 seeds, get a trip to the losers bracket. Listen, you don't have to like every present. Listen, UCLA opened up a flannel shirt. Number 4 seed opened up that brand new Xbox. But we're here. We're going to figure it out. Listen, we're going to toss that flannel away. Dad will take you to Target. We'll get you a couple nice items that the grandparents didn't get you. Boys, what's going on? It is day 2 of regional play. Saturday, winners bracket, losers bracket officially. We do have one game finishing up from yesterday, the Georgia, but that they were up 18-1 or 17-1. So that pretty much wraps it up. So game 2's winner bracket, game 2 losers bracket. Smitty, how you feeling?
I'm doing great. Hey, that Georgia game, I had the over and it got voided. I don't care. Get out there and finish that game last night. I don't care. Just pitch through it. But no, it was a wild day. I mean, I was trying to keep up with it at work. I think one of the biggest surprises was Auburn down 10-0. And I joked to you guys, and I'm like, who are they playing? The Brewers today in a spring training game? I mean, that was insane. But a wild day. It's going to be another wild day-to-day probably too. So just some great action, some really good teams out there. So I'm excited to talk about it today.
Kane's always a loyal fan. We love having you. Hazard, another loyal fan. You guys are right on it. I love it. Thanks for always being there with us. Nick, you were up late last night. You were doing the Lord's work, tweeting from the account. What time did you go to bed last night? What time did you wake up?
2:15, and then woke up at 6:30.
That's a grinder.
We're in no sleep month here, Q. As
You'll
you know,
sleep in July, Nick.
That's exactly true. And then college football comes around, we're back to no sleep again.
Yeah.
But I mean, the storylines, we do have Oklahoma, the Citadel. I know Q forgot to. I mean, that one's hard to keep up with. That one starts right now. So that's still the last game one going. And then
that's right, yeah.
But the storylines, I mean, we had 4 seeds win, kind of crazy. And we also had 4 guys kind of hit 3 home runs in a game, which is nuts on day 1 of a regional. Like you're talking, there's 32 games, and in 4 of them, there were 4 guys that hit 3 home runs. Just nuts.
Cole, always a pleasure to have you, bud. I know we were talking backstage. We met him last year at Rocco's. He's going to be back out there this year. So always love having you and your pops. Canes, late night, you were on that one as well, Matt. I know my old man said he made it till, I think he said 1 o'clock, and then it got to him. Another late game tonight. All right, give me your best storylines. You mentioned the number 4 seeds. UCLA goes down. Florida State goes down.
Southern
Miss goes down to Little Rock, and Auburn goes down to Milwaukee. Keep in mind, Milwaukee had to win their tournament on a walk-off home run in the Horizon League, and then they literally go in and put up a 10 spot unanswered in Plainsman Park. Who was the most shocking number 1 seed to go down for you, Nick?
Yeah, I think it has to be Auburn. I know a lot of people, it's easy for people, I guess, if you haven't been following the sport closely and you just picked it up yesterday to think it would be UCLA. But to put it 2 ways, I think Auburn has been the better team lately. Like, I know their schedule doesn't show it, and especially when you look at the last 10, but that's because the last schedule has been SEC tournament, and then it was A&M, Georgia, and maybe Ole Miss was like their other matchup over the last 3 weeks. But yeah, they've been playing better than UCLA has. I also think St. Mary's is a lot better team than Milwaukee too. So just the way the way it went down, where it was Jake Marciano, they didn't even throw off. It was like, we're giving you here's Jake Marciano, and that thing was kind of over in a hurry.
I think he only made it like 2 1/3 or something like that.
Yeah,
that was chased for 6. Smitty, I'm assuming you're probably the same. Everybody's going to say UCLA. Obviously, they're the first number 1 overall seed to lose game 1, but I don't think any of us thought that was unreasonable. Where was your head yesterday?
No, we said that on the Monday show. with Milwaukee, just to kind of go off what Nick said, you look at the team, they, what did I rate that? 14-27 away from home, 0-4 quad one games. I mean, just like you said, I mean, they had to win their tournament. I thought that one was going to be one of the worst. Going into yesterday, I would have thought Auburn was going to be 16-2, something like that.
Yeah. 100%.
And when you again, I'm at work and you look up and it's 10-0. You're like, is this score right? Like, I'm checking, our site, I'm checking some other sites just to make sure. Wrote you guys. That one was really surprising. And we said about UCLA, it's a very good team, but sometimes they had to come back in all three of their games in the Big Ten tournament to win that. And St. Mary's, like Nick said, is a pretty good baseball team, a very good hitting team. So, yeah, that one wasn't surprising. The biggest thing I'm mad about that, you could have got St. Mary's yesterday plus 5.5, and I eyed it all day, and then I never took it. So would have, should have, could have. What an idiot I am. But, we'll see what they do today. I know they have some guys out on that team. Their best pitcher wasn't there. But, I wouldn't be, St. Mary's, that was not that shocking to me a little bit. Milwaukee for sure. One more. So I didn't think Southern Miss was going to lose. I didn't either. That was going to happen either. So that one.
I didn't think it was going to be a blowout, but like when they hit that home run, Nick tweeted and another guy tweeted, Don Listy, literally the same time, like, oh, it's tied hanging in the 8th. And then as they hit send, Southern Miss puts that ball in the left field woods. I was like, oh, they got this game. Like, this is vintage Southern Miss baseball. They pull away late. And then I look and I'm like, holy shit, they just gave up a 4 spot unanswered. Like, what is going on? So that one I was very surprised at. Of the 4, and then we'll talk about the other storylines, but of the 4, who do each of you have as the best chance to be able to then run the loser's bracket and still be able to advance? Nick?
For me, it's still Auburn. I think just because I think they have the deepest pitching staff to be able to make that run. Huge reason. I mean, when you talk about how quick they pulled Jake Marciano, he could be an emergency if you need him Monday. Yeah, with your crutch. You still have. It actually helped them. They got blown out like early because they didn't go to their guys to have to try to come back or win. It was sort of like they punted from a pitching standpoint. They didn't go to Sanders. They didn't go to any of their starters. So yeah, I think they're in the best place to come back.
Smitty.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I wish I could have something different than what Nick's saying, but I agree. You look at it. A lot of people didn't want NC State in the tournament. I really didn't think. And I don't want to bash the ACC, but I mean, you saw it yesterday. Virginia Tech. I wasn't high on Virginia Tech. I said it on Monday. NC State. Then you look Central Florida, not a bad team, but I think Auburn for sure can really still come back and be fine. And that you blow that one off Friday's game, and then you rebound today, and you keep going, and you come back and win this.
All right. Of the other matchups, you had some games. You had the Florida theatrics. You had Lamar go up early 5-0. A&M then is able to come back towards the end of the game, win that. You had Arkansas come back down from a 3-0 deficit early. They come back and win. One of those teams, who's impressing you most at the ability to come back? Who do you trust today? Who are you fading because of a shaky performance yesterday, Smitty?
You could have said, Q, that Georgia Tech was down 2-0.
Yeah,
early in that game, and then it was like, forget about it. Listen, I like Arkansas. I think they're going to win that region. I think tonight's going to be a great matchup against Kansas, and I like Crutch saying "back to the well." We got to get a T-shirt made of that. Well. So, but no,
I think he's actually referring to Cal Poly on that. He made a tweet about it earlier.
Oh yeah, well, Cal Poly, yep, that was he was on that. That was a great call by him. But I like Arkansas. I think Arkansas is going to win again today, and going to be in really good shape to win that regional.
Nick,
you know what? Am I going to steal your limelight and say it might be Wildcats in Morgantown today? I don't. It just feels like I don't know. They've been playing with pressure for the last 3 or 4 weeks because we've talked about them being on the bubble. Now they have absolutely none. Like I know
They have
you
nothing
guys
to
said-
lose.
Yeah, you said on the show yesterday, they just have absolutely nothing to lose. They're playing with house money. People can't say anything because they're in. If they lose, people are just going to say, yeah, okay, you shouldn't have been in. If they win, it's like, okay, maybe they're better than we thought. So it's one of those. Do I think they win today? Probably not, because the matchup with West Virginia is going to be a very tough one, especially from.
I think Max
standpoint.
Yell's on the mound. We have not heard from Kentucky.
Correct. We just know it's not Jelkin, which means
it's going to be Ben
It's
or Nate Harris.
And Nate Harris probably, yeah.
Yeah.
So, do I think they win today? No, but are they still a danger in that series because of the way they play? They're going to put up weird runs. They're going to put pressure on teams. They know what it's like to pitch without some great starting pitching this year at times. West Virginia doesn't. They've had it all year long. We've seen. So it's. I don't know. That could be a scary one for West Virginia.
Can I give you just a quick preseason on that? So they scheduled each other for fall ball. Kentucky won 24-10. Now, obviously, that's kind of, you're just loosely playing ball, but hey, they know each other. It's kind of where I'm getting at. Kentucky is not afraid of the staff. Now, again, you're throwing arms you probably typically wouldn't throw at this point of the season. But like you said, Kentucky's on house money. I kind of like it. I mean, I hit him on the plus 130 yesterday. Took a little time, though, to get him going. It took Jelkin to get out of a second and third with no outs. He does it. Dude, and that's that one little thing. He gets out of a jam. You're like, oh, Wake's going to blow this game open. Lavonis is cruising. And then he somehow gets out of it with no runs. And you're like, all right, can they get a run back? And they do. And then you could just see it spark them. And then they put up a 4 spot. 2 of them unforced errors. They just force you into bad plays, pass ball, and then they just take it from there. Smitty.
Yeah, I just wanted to say with Kentucky, I don't want to try to compare it to March Madness, but there's always a team in the basketball tournament that everyone's like, oh, I shouldn't get in. And there were so many people that didn't think Kentucky should have got in. But there's always that basketball team that everyone says that, and then they go on a great run and they go far in the tournament. Could this Kentucky team be that? Could be.
Yeah, how many years in a row, Smitty, since they added that 11 seed play-in instead of just a 16 seed play-in? They added that 11 seed, and I think somebody's advanced to the Sweet 16 every single year since that got implemented.
Great point. Yep,
same situation.
Absolutely.
When you can just play carefree basketball, and in this case baseball, it's so easy to knock it down. You're like, all right, whatever. We've already won one game. If we go out, we still had a bang. We beat Chris Lavonis. It is what it is. We got to play a little ball with our boys for a couple weeks longer, but then. I'm telling you, man, you make a run. Like you said, West Virginia's got the pitching, but that's a good matchup. I may actually play that again for a half unit today. I'm already plus money on that, so even if I lose a half unit, I'm still plus. So that's something to watch out for. One of the teams we did forget to cover, because I think I texted Smitty, I'm like, what's going on? Oklahoma State, Canes brought it to our attention. What happened there? So hot heading into the postseason. And then just kind of laid an egg from the first inning. Ethan Lund gets rocked for 2 or 3 in the first. And it was they just couldn't catch up from there. Yeah.
They're another one that's dealing with a bunch of injuries right now. It feels a bad situation. I can't think of what's his name.
Aiden Miola, third baseman's out.
Yeah.
Big bat.
The heart and soul of the team. 5th-year senior. Yeah, breaks his wrist. So he's out. I don't know. I still like this offense a lot, and how some of these Oklahoma State regionals go no matter where they play them. Yeah. They're going to turn the place into a bandbox at some point, and they're going to put up a lot of runs. They're not out of it just because of that standpoint. They might not pitch it too well, but we know that they're fine playing 13, 12 games.
I'm assuming Hudson Barrett's going to go today in the elimination game. After you get past him, you just got to look at the boys, and you're like, listen, let's go win a home run derby. Every kid dreams of that. Let's just go do it. And I think that's how you have to embrace that if you're Oklahoma State. You don't have the pitching depth, especially out of losers. So we could be in for some fun, high-scoring games. Smitty, any thoughts before we move on?
Yeah, no, just with Oklahoma State, I'm on them today. And I just kind of think they're going to bounce
back to the well.
I took them yesterday. I had them with Kansas in a parlay and lost that one with them losing. But I went right back to it. And I matched them up with Missouri State today. So
I like that. All right, last game I want to cover, actually 2 games, and that'll get us to about the 20-minute mark, and then we'll take a commercial break from our sponsors. 2 extra inning games yesterday. Arizona State Ole Miss, the late slate.
Yeah.
The early game, East Carolina, Tennessee. Man, I felt like Tennessee had 8 or 9 chances, bottom of the inning, to just put this thing away. I mean, credit to Ethan Norby. He was throwing that slider to the righties right down to their back foot, and Tennessee was chasing it the entire time. Looked good pitches, so I get it from that perspective. But, man, it just felt like Tennessee really lost the game kind of on their own and just let ECU hang around. Nick, I'll have to start with you first.
Yeah. I know you and me were both on Tennessee. Thought we both got them at very good numbers compared to what they closed at. Just seemed like a great matchup once they said they weren't starting Norby. Still feel like it should have been. I know we were texting back and forth that Tennessee had 7 or 8 chances to win that game, and not just and that's not even taking the chances they had to score early in the game either. That's just like in the last 5 or 6 innings alone.
Yeah.
They had plenty of options to score. If you get a squeeze bunt down, you win. If you put a ball in play with a guy on third and less than 2 outs, oh my God,
he needed it.
He loves those extra innings.
Crutch, attaboy.
and the pouring it on late by ECU, yeah, the extra double, that is clutch. But no, it's credit to Ethan Norby. He came in, he just seems like that postseason guy. He's one of those. He reminds me of, because he throws the exact same way and doesn't throw hard, doesn't overpower you. Michael Roth from those South Carolina teams were just like, I'm going to throw 3 times a weekend, and you know what you're getting. Norby, we're going to see him again. Don't know when, but he stopped at 65 pitches is what he finished up with. So I'm sure there's no shot he throws against Carolina today.
I think he's available tomorrow.
I say no shot today, but say ECU's up 2-1 in the ninth. I'm not shocked considering they lost Jenkins for the year to an injury. I wouldn't be shocked there. But Tennessee had every opportunity. We'll see. Now it's time to bang.
Smitty.
Yeah, I was trying to stay up watching that USC Texas State game. That was fantastic. I didn't get to see live the Tennessee game. I got home and it was, clutch 2-out home run. It was just that game. And you guys were going back and forth. You guys were like play-by-playing the game. So I was just enjoying that. It was like I had it on a radio with a text message, but just fantastic. And then you said the Ole Miss game too. I woke up to that because I had money line on Ole Miss last night. So that was a good surprise when I
Ole Miss down early. I think they were down 3-1 early.
Yeah. Yes.
Yep.
Came back. So, and the only thing I'm a little upset with today, and I know this kind of going in today, but I really wanted to see Texas against Santa Barbara with Flora on the mound. So I'm a little upset with that one.
Yeah, we definitely got robbed of that.
Yeah, that one. I was really, really wanting that game all day. So, but we'll get into that a little bit more. But no, some really late night excitement, exciting games last night. So I think again today it's going to be fantastic action.
Also, not getting Mason Edwards against the A&M offense. We got robbed.
No.
Yes.
Crutch did make a good point. We do get a Mendez fluky. I just think it's a little crazy that this is to send somebody home. We're thinking this will be in the winner's bracket, but man, that's college baseball for you. And we'll talk about those games here soon. We've got Whip Hero 2755. Did you give us a tip? I don't know if you did. We appreciate it. I've never seen this style of comment before. So if you did, always love having you join the show. Come back each week. And before we get into today's slate, we'll do a quick commercial from our presenting sponsor, HomeFit Apparel. We're all wearing it all weekend long. They're great over there. Josh Johns, he's our guy. Take a look, check their stuff out. They just debuted new trucker hats, new game day trucker hats. Some are corduroy from a couple weeks ago, and then they have like some with the brand new patches, kind of the retro look. So I probably need to order one myself, but go check them.
Before we get back to the action, we've got to tell you about the best gear in college sports. The place to go is Home Field Apparel. Check out the Diamond Classics collection. High-quality throwback jerseys for your favorite team. From the Arkansas Razorbacks to the Vanderbilt Commodores, Home Field has you covered. Home Field's the only apparel partner of College Baseball Central. Gear up for game day by visiting homefieldapparel.com.
All right. We're bringing in the Taj Mahal, the Mecca, what is called collegebaseballstars.com. We'll kind of run through the slate here. All right, let's get into today's game. So, as you can see, Citadel in Oklahoma, already started. It was confirmed. Andrew Buffkin, Cord Ranger. 0-0, top of the second. We got a runner on third, so we'll 2 outs now. All right, so we'll kind of keep you live coverage there. Let's talk about the elimination games first. We got Wake Forest, Binghamton, Boston College, LIU at noon for the noon high slates. Do you guys have anything on those? I know they're super overpriced. We have Wake Forest at minus 620. Boston College minus 475 without AJ Colarusso because he pitched yesterday. Both should easily handle these, but I don't really think unless they're a 4-team parlay, you have a shot.
Nah, I'm not on any of those 2 games. I think Wake Forest, I think it's a cakewalk. It should be for both those teams, but should I really say that? I don't know if I should say that.
Yeah.
So
you might want to put a disclaimer.
yeah. But again, going back to the ACC a little bit, Wake losing yesterday, Virginia Tech losing yesterday. Not saying anything. I don't want the hate from the ACC fans, but
Tristan, appreciate you joining. New guest on the show, Tristan Horst. What's up, buddy? All right, let's talk about Tennessee VCU. I don't have that line. I saw it was minus 175 is what I thought I saw. Nick, do you have that line?
That's what it was when it opened up. It is now minus 330.
330. I just got on my book, the offshore, and I took I did a Florida Tennessee parlay, and I think it was minus 127 off the top of my head. I got to look. But yeah, Tennessee was, because I know somebody else posted a play today with Tennessee in it, and I
think
wow,
Noah Beanick did.
Really great odds. And then I got on it. I'm like, wow, that must have really changed fast, which college lines do. And it was minus 330 on mine.
I've not seen anything official, but this elimination game, Landon Mack is not going to start.
Leading into the weekend, they said it was Coons. So unless they change it up since they lost. But that would be the only way. Yeah, minus 127 I got on Florida, Tennessee. This was one of those where I got hurt last night by being up so late. And like that once that Arizona State Ole Miss game, I was like, let me check DraftKings to see if the lines are on there. Literally glanced at stuff, but was like half falling asleep. So I was like, I can't do this tonight. Woke up this morning, it went from 175 to like 300. I was like, ooh. I don't even want to know how many other lines did this today.
Yeah. Are you touching? Well, let me ask you this. Who does Tennessee have left to pitch? What did they go, 14 innings last night?
Yeah, only 3 that obviously Blanco.
So Blanco carried them 7.
Blanco, Arvidsson, but then Appenzeller finished it, but that was sort of like they were down 2, and it was like, let's try to keep it where it's at. So I think I don't even know if he got to 20 pitches. So he's
probably available today.
I would say he's 1,000% available today.
Yeah. If they're blowing him out, they're probably going to save him for tomorrow.
Or what they want, I could see them. That's what, guys, I know I said this and it kind of got said some different stuff in different chats. I still am not for sure that Landon Mack is actually available this weekend. I know they said when they say available, that doesn't mean available to start.
This could be a chess match, like you're just playing coy.
Yeah. But if the Tennessee want Appenzeller to have to start in like a game 3, game 4, so it's you kind of hope Tegan Kuntz carries you here and the offense puts some runs up.
Love it. Lupton Beer Club, fellas. Love having you guys. Big supporters of you guys.
Nope.
All right, guys. All right. Is this so you guys did not get Smitty, you got this in a parlay.
Yeah, with Florida.
Okay. I cannot I locked out of my offshore account. I just forgot my password. I got to reset it. Nick is off of that.
Yeah.
It was not because I'm a bad person. I just lost the password. All right. Missouri State Northeastern. This is actually an interesting game. 2 offenses that are pretty good. I've got to think Missouri State here. I already played it, minus 150. I don't know what it is now. It was kind of floating 150, 160, 175. So
170, yeah.
It's still sort of playable. I think they get it done. I think you get another rematch with the loser of the Arkansas-Kansas for Missouri State. I think they can kind of win the loser's bracket first game just because I think they have a little more offense than Northeastern. What's your guys' thought?
I played this. I got it with Oklahoma State. I matched Missouri State, Oklahoma State. Got it at minus 115.
Crutches on it. Nick, thoughts?
Yeah, This is one I'm going to be on parlay piece. Just have to look at and match it up with. Kind of like Arizona State brings it down to 120. Do I trust UCLA? Brings it down to 116. But yeah, I will be on it in some form or fashion. But I've just got to find somebody to parlay it with.
All right. Coastal Carolina, Florida State. We've got ace versus ace. Cam Flukie on the mound for the Chants. Presumably Wes Mendez. Cam Flukie was confirmed. Presuming Wes Mendez for Florida State and Lee Jarrett's squad. Are any of you guys touching this game?
I haven't yet.
Minus 188 Florida State, for people that are wondering.
Lukey just hasn't been fantastic since coming back. In my opinion,
he looks not last year, to say the least.
Florida State, that's a tricky team too with the offense sometimes. So right now, it's a pass for me.
Nick,
yeah, I think unless you're trying to just blow your card up for fun and just have a ton of games on the slate today that you want to play because it's the regionals, then this is where I don't like it compared to if you were telling me I'm getting Missouri State against Northeastern at the exact same price that I'm getting Florida State against Coastal at. I'm definitely taking Missouri State all day from that standpoint. So that's where it's like, okay, if I'm looking at this price range, I would take Missouri State there.
All right, here's an interesting matchup. Troy Ryder, our site, has a 3-run difference there. Both coming off the losses. Ryder's definitely more of a heartbreak. They blow it in the ninth. I feel like we have to touch Troy here minus 220. I think they're the deeper team, to be honest. Am I crazy?
Here's where it was helpful to stay up late. Tommy Egan actually came in and finished that game, and he's the one that ended up losing it for him. So they threw their 1 and 2s yesterday.
I did not see that. That's good intel.
So Tommy Egan threw, I believe it was the 7th, 8th, and 9th, but it didn't go great. So we don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. That's interesting. Well, Crutch, you just got your answer. They just threw their 2 guys to win that game, and they fell short. Kane says they're losing. Ryder does have fight in them. I will give them that. If you guys remember, they played in Conway and pushed the Conway Regional a couple years ago.
2 years ago,
to the very final game. And they just kind of ran out of pitching, if I remember correctly, there at the end. All right, maybe I won't touch that. Good intel, Nick. That's right there.
I needed Nick a little bit earlier because I did not see that. But I'm on Troy. I think Troy's going to take care of business still. I don't
think you're crazy to say Troy's going to win, but
I took him. I matched him up with Arizona State.
All right. Santa Barbara, super inflated. We all know why. Jackson Flores is going to be pitching today. You can't even parlay, and that's what's crazy. We get robbed of the Dylan Volantis Jackson Florida matchup.
For 9.5, the over. To me, that would be the only play on the under, maybe in that one.
Well, they're definitely not going to hit the over because they can't score.
No.
And then Holy Cross isn't going to be able to score on Jackson Florida. So,
I think
probably a 5-1 game.
Holy Cross will get that hot dog, that free T-shirt, and have a nice trip home.
Canes, I don't know what you're talking about. You have to elaborate there. All right, let's move on. Okie State, Alabama State. Smitty, I know you said you're on that in a parlay, I believe. I think
over might not be a bad play in that either. I could see Oklahoma State put up a ton, and Alabama State, I think, will score a little bit too.
5.5 is getting a lot of love. Yeah, minus 5.5, minus 125. So the juice is on the spread there. I could see that. I could see him just taking out some frustration, just hitting bomb after bomb. All right, I don't have a line for this game. I'm just going to any comments on Arizona State, South Dakota State? I mean, I think it's pretty easy. Arizona State's going to win that one offensively. We could probably skim past that one. I think we have better matchups. Do we all agree?
Yeah.
All right. Virginia Tech UCLA is an interesting game. UCLA lose. Redmond's not available. Virginia Tech have not heard who they're going. They have Griffin Steig. They have another guy that's not terrible. Their offense is fairly decent as of late. They can hit the ball. And UCLA only scored 2 runs yesterday. They've got to be feeling pressure not only from our show, because they listened yesterday and they heard that they got caught slipping up when we called it, but now the national media is on what we've already said for the last 6 weeks. How's the locker room there? Can Virginia Tech knock them out officially, or does UCLA bounce back? Nick.
I mean, gotta think they bounce back. This is a team that we know they can go on streaks. We know this could be something where we look at it 2 weeks from now and just be like, they could blow teams out for the next 2 weeks, and it's like, okay, maybe it's just a wake up call if they need it, because we talked about they've been playing with their food. They've all been in close games, even when they're playing like Michigan State and Northwestern. It was like they were just winning by one or having comebacks. This could be something that opens it up. Got to think they're throwing Michael Barnett today. Just
I would think.
Have to assume, but yeah, this should be a matchup where UCLA should win. And like I said, this will probably be in a parlay piece for me, but now it's at 450, makes it a little bit tougher.
That's brutal. What do we have here? If you say you lose West Virginia, will have a chance to host Super if they win their regional. Yeah, for sure. If they do win their regional, they'll host, because they'll be the 1 seed and then the by default 2 seed. So yeah. Now it'll get dicey though if Wake or Kentucky wins, and then you're trying to see who comes out of this bracket. If it's not UCLA, then we can start looking at something interesting of who's hosting. Come over here so I'm not talking to myself. I can see the other comments. Oh, yeah. Sorry. YouTube actually works a little better for the comments. Update: Oklahoma gets set down by the most embarrassing way. Your pet cat again. You have to elaborate there while we're running through the games. Let me see.
Yeah, 1-0.
It is 1-0. Okay. Yep. How do they score? Do we know?
Sack fly.
Citadel came in 8 wins in a row.
I mean, they're hot.
Yeah, they're hot. They're playing good ball right now.
We saw what they did to Mercer twice in that conference,
yes.
the Southland Conference Championship. So, yeah,
beat the brakes off Mercer. Let's just not get it twisted.
Team can score, yeah.
All right, Lipscomb, Louisiana, losers bracket. Did not see Louisiana getting boat raced yesterday. I thought they'd be able to score a little bit, man, they kind of took it on the chin. Smitty, what's your thoughts?
I have not dove into this one at all, so I'm gonna let Nick go if he has a little bit. This is not on higher on my board what I was really looking at early. I'm gonna dive a little bit more. My daughter had a very early volleyball game, so that's where I was at, just getting back doing the show. Quick glance this morning, so that is one I have not really dove into. But two, I was shocked on the score yesterday. I thought Louisiana was going to have a better effort.
Yeah, Nick.
Yeah, that was one Cincy. I think they didn't know what to expect from that Cincy offense, and they exploded quick. And that was one of those where it was just like they got kind of punched in the mouth and just didn't get back up off the mat. I obviously expect them to beat Lipscomb today. Lipscomb's was surprised when they even obviously got out of the ASUN. Like, that's not who you normally think of, because you kind of think of your normal, like your Stetson, your Austin Peay's, North Florida was the team to beat this year, surprisingly. Florida Gulf Coast. So it's like, yeah, this should be kind of a cakewalk for Louisiana today. I say that, but as we know,
yesterday changed a lot of our words that we said. All right, caught stealing. Interesting. That'll get you. Trust Max Yell, Big 12 Pitcher of the Year, top 10 ERA. Yeah, it's definitely a great spot. Like, if Kentucky wins, they're just kind of that team of destiny, but you could certainly make the case to say, like, listen, West Virginia's a better team. They should go in there, handle business, and probably win 3-0 in this regional, and we would not question that one bit. It just depends. There's two. Oh, yeah, CBI and CBC. We stream on both platforms with that partnership there with Auburn. They used a ton of pitching yesterday. I'm not sure they have enough arms left. So we talked about this early in the show. Vandy, Chris, 24. They threw a lot of guys, but they're not their go-to guys. They kind of just punted early. They were like, hey, listen, if we get close in this game, we might throw a couple guys late. But they never caught anything closer than, I think, a 5-run deficit. Yeah. So even though they pitched a ton of guys, they weren't their main guys. So I think they still have the horses in the stalls to get there. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. Oklahoma makes another embarrassing mistake, catcher's interference. That'll get you. You cannot make stupid fundamental mistakes. in playoff baseball. It will
Yeah,
kill
not at
you
this
every
time of the year.
Yeah. Yep, it'll get you. All right, let's move forward. What do we got here? Southern Cal Lamar. We talked about Lamar being up big early on Texas A&M. Southern Cal drops while trying to throw off yesterday. Mason Edwards is pitching. Travis Lutz, our guy, Micah Butel. So I trust that source there. Anyone want to touch that game?
How about the under in that one? 10.5.
I could see that. Nick?
I'm scared. I'm scared of unders in College Station, and maybe it could just be because I'm used to Texas A&M. But
good point. I'm going off.
But you number strictly, yeah.
Yeah, Lamar, great pitching.
Edwards is unhittable.
Ace on. Edwards, fantastic. Offense hasn't been. Southern Cal's not a team that puts up a ton of runs. Lamar, not the greatest hitting team either. I mean, look at our prediction. I mean, that's a winner on there. I mean, Nick, I think you made a great point where they're playing in that game. I have not looked at wind today either. Me being the meteorologist on the show.
Why don't I show you guys something real quick?
Yeah, you can pull it up.
Where do we want to see? Man, here it is. If you guys haven't bought the regional guide, there's still plenty of time. So these live win probabilities change as the team wins and loses within the bracket, within their own game. So it's always adding or subtracting there. And then we also have full season stats. I think it's pretty cool. And then you watch Texas A&M playing very badly recently. It's just one of the features we have, kind of the who's hot, who's not heading into the tournament. So that's a great feature. And then the venue information presented by Home Field Apparel. So you have your 3D dimensions here.
Out.
Whoa, you look at that. Blown out.
Yeah.
That's a bandbox. Runs, baby.
Yeah, I'm like, that might be a no play now.
Smitty's bagging.
And then if it's 2-1, I'll just come out and go, oh, see, you got to listen to the show. I gave out great info. I look like the smartest man in the room. So.
All right, your thoughts, and we'll move on real quick. Your thoughts on the situation with Lamar and A&M. I thought they got a raw deal on the hit by pitch on Sorrell, and then he taking issue with the pitcher and the catcher. I was at a graduation, so I did not see that.
Yeah, let me touch on it.
Yeah, touch on that real quick.
It's one. Okay, so that was one where I don't know why it seems like this year we've had more guys around the toes and the feet, and then say they get hit off the bat. But that was one of those. I think from once it got reviewed, it was very hard to overturn because you couldn't kind of tell one way or the other. The ball actually also had a spin on it. So right when it landed by his toe, it kind of skipped to the right. So you don't know if it's because the ball spun or it actually hit the back of his toe. The problem I did take issue with, I don't know why the umpire got in the faces of the pitcher and the catcher out of nowhere. That made no sense. It was almost like
were they chirping?
No, not bad. Sorrell he said something to Sorrell about literally the catcher goes, that didn't effing hit you, to Sorrell. And that was,
okay.
And Sorrell turned around and just kind of said 2 words. Didn't say anything to Sorrell. And all of a sudden the home plate umpire starts talking to the catcher and then yells something at the pitcher. So the catcher and pitcher arguing with the umpire. It was a very strange situation. I don't know why he got so heated so fast. It was, I don't know. That was weird.
It's funny you say that.
It's hard to switch it, but it was also, that turned momentum for sure.
Yeah, guys, remember, if it's not a clear-cut call, that whatever they initially called is just so huge into how this call is going to go, especially if they're calling it a hit batter, it's so hard not to say, no, it didn't hit him. You really need, like you said, did the ball skip to the right because of the spin, which is plausible, or did it hit him? If there's any uncertainty, they're not going to overturn that call. So that's huge, whatever the on-field call was. And then you mentioned it's funny, the West Virginia first baseman starts jawing at Wake Forest batter. I can't remember who hit the home run, but he's chasing him towards second base. And they're jawing. Nick, I know you saw that. And there was not one word mentioned from the umpires. They just kind of watched it. But then you go to A&M and then they're just, it's a full-fledged face-to-face just argument. It's crazy, each regional. Let the boys play. It's heated. Correct. The stress for those kids is high. Anything egregious, sure. But listen, they're going to chirp, man. They're kids. They're competitive ball players. Just let it go.
That Kentucky
All right, moving
that
forward.
can go both ways.
Yes,
Like if you're
sure.
if you're the first baseman for Kentucky, okay, that's maybe the last team in the world this year that should be talking about teams that chirp a lot.
100%.
All he was mad about was the guy from Wake kind of bat flipped, took his time, and the first baseman took exception to it. Yeah, chases him kind of down the line. That was the end of it. But I do like that the umpires are just like, let it go. Who cares? We're not.
Well, I think they understood the moment.
Yeah, and we can't toss some people out. This can't be a Cam Kennerella situation. This can't be something we've seen in like Drew Gilbert. Like it's just like you can't have this stuff where you're tossing kids. So
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. Let the kids play. Yeah. Short of something egregious, just let them play. Be in the moment. Understand the moment. You know, we don't need a Kevin Schnall in the College World Series getting tossed in the second inning, even though it's regional play. All right, moving forward. I'm just going to quickly graze on this. Oregon State's pretty heavy price, but I think they can handle Yale. They couldn't score yesterday, but again, they're playing Yale. If you're looking for a parlay piece like a 3-teamer, I don't think it's terrible. If you guys don't have anything pretty deep-ended on that, we'll go straight to another game that I think could be pretty fun. You guys have anything on that?
Yale is throwing their ace today.
Okay.
I would say because it hasn't been what's his name Yeoman. It hasn't been. He's doing it yesterday.
Yeoman. Yeah, he's kind of roughed up.
Yeah, he hasn't had a great year. Yale's kind of the ace they've had. I shouldn't say ace. The best arm they've had all year is throwing today. Exactly, Crutch. Yes.
I love it. Hazard's right there with it too. It's part of the game. Yeah, it's gamesmanship.
So yeah, I would say be careful with Yale. That can be that could be Smitty's under there in Eugene.
All right.
I'm not sure what it's at. 11. Not bad, actually.
It's going to be – I'm assuming it's going to be Eric Segura pitching today. Kleinschmidt went yesterday. Yeah. I haven't seen anything official, but I've got to assume it's Segura. Yeah. All right, Virginia Southern Miss, the Duke Wahoos, as I like to call it. Kyle Johnson is confirmed pitching. Man, this is where Virginia gets sent packing. Southern Miss isn't going to lose back-to-back in Hattiesburg against a very subpar pitching staff from the Virginia Cavaliers. They can hit the ball. I think they had the best offense heading into the region. Nobody's questioning that. But Graydon Harris is starting for Southern Miss. I just don't see how Virginia is going to be able to out-duel on the mound Graydon Harris in that bullpen on the road. So I think Virginia gets sent home today. I don't have a line for that being in the state of Virginia, but I did say hammer Southern Miss here. Do you guys have a play on this?
Minus 220 plus 160 is what that is. So it would have to be a parlay piece or
it's fine. Parlay boys.
Probably around. Yeah, I thought about playing this too. I just can't see Southern Miss being 2-Q in here, especially at home. I don't know though. They're talking about feeling pressure off of last year. Didn't make it through. 2 years ago, Tennessee beat you out in the Super. I don't know. It'll be interesting there because Virginia can't score, and Virginia scores in those weird, they have those weird games where they'll score 1 or 2, and then all of a sudden they explode the next game for 18.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Have to go
breaking coverage. Nick, I don't
mean to interrupt you.
You stole my thunder. I was waiting. I was trying to let you finish your point. Maddie Grissom joins the show.
Here goes the internet.
We have all the boys.
There goes the internet.
There goes the internet. We just shut
it
down. Throw the damn towel. What's up?
What's up, Matt?
Fresh. Matt, what time did you go to bed last night?
1 a.m., which is early for me because it had been 3, 4.
That's real early for Matt.
Yeah, it is. Guy must have taken a gummy.
Yeah, but you know what happened is I had in my account, I was literally holding my phone. I had Arkansas minus 145. I put in my bet amount, and then I fell asleep. I woke up, slid my phone open because my alarm was going off, and it was 175. So that's why I don't like going to bed.
Yep.
Really bad lefty splits too, just to interrupt. All right. Do you have anything on that, or we can move forward, Smitty? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I trust the better pitching staff. I think this is a good parlay piece here. I think Southern Miss is going to be fine in this one. I don't think they go 0-2 on their home field.
Matt, I sent it out. I don't have it in Virginia, but hammer Southern Miss in a parlay. I mean, it just is what it is. Kyle Johnson's on the mound, has not looked good since last season. It's crazy to say, but I just don't see where UVA can handle Graydon Harris and still be able to pitch effectively. So I'm telling you, take it. Southern Miss Golden Eagles in a parlay today. Thank me later. Send me a tip.
Thank you later.
What's the price on it?
220.
220.
Oh,
It's not horrible.
That's reasonable. No, there's a lot of bad lines out today. A lot of minus 300s to minus 400.
All right, we're talking about the game that Nick and I like. We're getting ready to jump into Kentucky, West Virginia. It's either going to be Ben Cleaver or Nate Harris. We just have not confirmed that yet. And then Max Yell has been confirmed by Steve Stavins. Any play here for you, Matt, Nick, Smitty? We'll start with you, Matt.
I haven't even looked at odds this morning. I just really wanted to see you guys' faces. So why don't y'all start? Let me look them up. Yeah. I'm here to get all the best insights.
God knows to get that info.
I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
I haven't played this yet. I was a winner on Kentucky 2 yesterday. I didn't do money line. I did the run line. The only thing I'd look here again is a run line for Kentucky.
It's now moved in that direction too, because it was plus 135 when we started the show. It's already at plus 160 for Kentucky. So if you like that, the plus 1.5 is not. It's plus 100, so that's not juiced at all. So it's possible. I think this one stays low scoring. This is another one. Check the wind here, because I could also see that I could see this under 11 being in play.
Yeah,
minus 170. Yeah.
What is the wind? Let's see real quick. How do we know the wind? Because our guy tells you the wind. How about that? Venue information. Morgantown, West Virginia. Beautiful Morgantown, West Virginia. Great. 69 degrees this morning. Wind blowing hard early. Starts to settle down towards the end of the weekend, but left to right heavy. Tell you what, if you're Tyler Bell, you got to like that wind projection. Guys, kind of struggled here lately. Does he get it going against West Virginia? I'll tell you right now, Matt, I wrote him yesterday plus 130. I think I might throw a half unit on Kentucky again. This isn't a fade against West Virginia. This is just backing a team that has nothing to lose, kind of playing like destiny right now in the Kentucky Wildcats.
Yeah. You're like that guy that gets a little hint that a girl may like him and then just goes all out selling. Kentucky hosted you. They wined and dined you, and now you're like, you know what? I'm going to marry that girl. That's your Kentucky Wildcats.
Person. Listen, you see it.
No, it was great. It was great.
Yeah, you give her a chance. You're like, man, she's better looking in person.
Such a pretty blue.
The turf infield. Didn't know how the turf infield was going to work out. All right, let's move on. This is a good show.
I love it. ECU, North Carolina. We don't know who's pitching. Would I be surprised if Ethan Norby makes an appearance? No. Do I think he's going to happen? Probably not. Jason DeCaro is starting to find his form halfway through the season. He's looked really good as of late. I like North Carolina here a lot. I do think minus 275's a good parlay piece, considering we're seeing a lot of 600 to 700 ranges. Just find that maybe there's a Southern Miss parlay piece right there. I think North Carolina handled business. East Carolina is kind of that less talented version of Kentucky, in my opinion. What's your guys' thought, Nick?
Yeah, that's now jumped to 425 on DraftKings and 375 on 365. So
that's brutal.
It feels like much less of a parlay piece now.
Now you say that.
But yeah, man, lines are flying today. When you kind of get the old little casual start coming in this time of year. So yeah, these lines are flying up.
All right, we'll go Smitty, then Matt, if he's got anything.
Yeah, I mean, I said it on Monday. Q, we were down there watching this series in the regular season. Cara pitched very good. He shut them down on that Friday night at East Carolina. So I think North Carolina, this is an easy win today for them.
Yeah, series is 1-1-1. So this is kind of your could be for all the marbles this season.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys
fourth game.
Caught that. Website just glitched positively. It just updated. Liberty's going to play Georgia this evening, so Georgia obviously handled business against LSU. Here's a big matchup. I've already bet it. I typically don't bet the Gators games because I get mad when they lose. But I do think they have a really good spot here. I think yesterday was an eye-opener for them. I think Jackson Barbary only threw like 6 pitches, so he's going to be available. Cade McDonald looked pretty good yesterday. We're probably not going to see him, but you still have Luke McNeely. You still have Ricky Reith. I like the bullpen situation behind Aiden King. Aiden King kind of shut the Hurricanes out earlier this year with a cuvee, with some other pieces. Miami played late. Could they be hungover? I think the Gators respond back well today after having to walk it off. B. Lawson gets that home run, gets him going. Cade Curling gets him going. Give me the Gators minus 200 as a parlay piece.
Hey, Q, are you on your MacBook?
Yes.
Okay, click on the site just anywhere, make sure the window's pulled up, and then hit Command R real quick. There you go. You want to see the baseball at the top. So we've got the quick links. Baseball is scores, and then the tournament takes you to the tournament page.
There we go. TQ, love that. Website's amazing. All thanks to Matty Grissom there. Nick, Smitty, Matt, are you touching this game?
I matched them with Tennessee. Yeah. Matched them with Tennessee already on my offshore. Yep. -1.
Nick, you're kind of unbiased. Where do you think the Gators are today?
It was a far cry from you from that spiel we just heard from less than 24 hours ago. This team is dead, and I hate them. That was going through our text thread. So now
I love this team.
Now all of a sudden they're back to the best team, and they're just going to smoke Miami. So I don't know. You mentioned Barber threw like 6 pitches. One of them left a yard on a guy who never hit a home run since 2024, I believe. Didn't hit one this year. So I don't know. I also don't like Miami without Cuvée. This is just a different team. It feels like they're relying on Sosa a ton right now to kind of make a difference. So it's tough. What is the Florida? What'd you get him at, Q? Because if it is one of those, okay, then actually I probably will. And I hate to say have to use them, but there's very few parlay pieces. And if I have one of those, I really like.
$2.98 now.
Thank you, TQ.
Still wouldn't hate that with Missouri State. With Missouri State being -175. That could be like that'll get you around that +100 line.
Yeah. Smitty, you're already on it. Matt, are you going to touch that game?
No, probably not. I'm trying to find stuff to bet right now. There's not a.
It's going to be a late one. All right, we're starting to near the end of the slate here.
Quick
Ole Miss, Nebraska.
Johnson County hit me 3 times on purpose in a game, and it started a benches clearing brawl back in my JUCO year. So there's a little fun fact that. Didn't get up before.
I loved it. Johnson Community College, they got a pretty good program from them, if I'm not mistaken.
The catcher even told me on the third one, he goes, "Here it comes again," and right in the rib cage.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Ole Miss, Nebraska. God, tell me why I need to put this Ole Miss ticket in right now. Anybody?
Yeah.
I think they're the better
team. Last night was stressful, but I thought it would be with Carlone and Elliott. Like, I didn't think it would go that insane, but we know Arizona State kind of falls off with the starting rotation after Cole, and their bullpen's not as deep as Ole Miss. Offense is better, but Kate Townsend, Taylor Rabe, to me, are 2 of the best game 2, game 3 guys.
I heard Taylor Rabe in our chat. Can we confirm?
I'll be going all in on Ole Miss because I've already got them to win the regional.
I'm going to join that. I think they win -120. I think it's a very good line. I think they have more offense than Nebraska. I think the bats get hot. Nick or Smitty, any thoughts before we move on?
Yeah, I would play Ole Miss here if I didn't already have them at, I believe, +180 to win the regional. That's just kind of why I'm staying off of it, just because obviously that's a much better number than the minus kind of 115, 120 you're getting right now. So yeah, it's a stay away from me, but only because I already have the future on.
Yeah, I might join the party with you guys. I was on Ole Miss last night. Nebraska is a very good home team, great record this year, but I think Ole Miss has more pitching, and I think they'll be fine in this one.
All right, can Slam Marcos compete with Texas A&M? I believe they swept them last year 2-0 in the midweeks. Very familiar with each other. Our site says A&M. Obviously, the wind's blowing out. They have the bats. We know that. Can Texas State do it again and beat the Texas A&M Aggies at home? I don't know.
I think so.
You think so?
I don't know about this A&M team. Like, they looked like they were going to lose yesterday, and I don't know what happened in the 5th. It's just
we had a
weird.
We had a long conversation about that.
Yeah.
There was some umpiring. Yeah, there was some controversial stuff.
maybe a little SEC protection there. I don't know, but I don't. I think they can hit with anybody.
3.5 plus 3.5 minus 125. Texas State. I like that.
Yeah.
No, yeah. And then plus 290 on the money line. Over unders 13.5, juiced to the over minus 125.
Yeah, this is one I played it. It was 12.5 this morning, so I got that at minus 120. 13.5 isn't terrible. I just hate that it's juiced to minus 125. But
yeah,
I still think this game, because I don't know. I think A&M gets to 8 or 9 like usual, and we know Texas State can score. So if you only need five runs out of Texas State, I think that 13.5 is still very playable.
All right, an interesting game. It's just flying off the site. I saw minus 120 to start. Cal Poly St. Mary's. Cal Poly's favorited on the site and in the books, minus 175 now.
Yeah.
Are we back in the Mustangs against the Gales?
They just don't have an offense.
Yeah, you can see right there. I just did a quick pull up to kind of speed up the show. The Gales kind of have a better offense there. I don't know about the pitching, though. I think Cal Poly is a little more well-rounded team. Poly minus 130. Crutch Bets, that's his favorite play. He was one of the ones I saw, a couple others. Nick, are you touching this? Smitty, are you touching this?
9-1 last 10 there. Gotta like a hot team. The right time of the year.
Yeah, it's Cal Poly or anything. We saw them kind of run, like, obviously got hot in Big West tournament, but they also, like, they got hot. They're 9-1 in the last 10. They also tied with UCSB to win the conference, like that 22-8, I think is what they finished up or something like that. So this is a team that's been doing very good all year long. I know the offensive stats don't look well, but it's mostly because, like, if you look at the average, it's fine, but they just don't hit for much power. So that kind of, obviously, that's what people, like, that's what kind of goes into WRC Plus and kind of some of those, the advanced stats that don't love it because it's basically they single you to death and kind of don't have explosive innings. No kill shots, as Pear would like to say. But they do find ways to win. So, yeah, I like that play. Hate that it's at 175 now, but that could be a parlay piece with one of those big favorites.
All right, Cincy, Mississippi State. Nate Taylor pitched yesterday. Mississippi State handled business early and often. They kind of breezed through their game. Can Cincinnati knock the Bulldogs off in the dude? Our guy Jack Longchamp's there. Give him great coverage. Give him a shout out. Even though he's 11.7, he's not with us. Phenomenal guy. What does what does Cincinnati have left in the bullpen and on the mound that can compete with State's offense as well as they pitched off yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. So I would assume today is Tomas Valinkas. And then I don't know. I think Mississippi State's getting hot at the right time. I don't know if Cincinnati can hit against Tomas. Any thoughts, Matt?
No, I think Mississippi State, this really sets them up to get out of this regional with a lot of ease. Obviously, with Taylor going yesterday for Cincinnati, there's really no other pitcher on that staff looking at. Maybe Logan Knight goes. He's got a 4.98 ERA. I mean, this is just – it's a bad matchup for Cincy in a tough place to play.
Yeah, Mississippi State. I mean, I think they'll take care of business. I think Matt said it well. I think they're fine. They're going to win this regional.
Nick?
Yeah, you're getting that game at 8 o'clock Central, which is later than most of their SEC games start. It's going to be dark. Let's say the fans will be well hydrated.
That place will be loud.
All 14,000 of them. But if Cincy has a chance, I mean, like we said, Cincy can bang, and that's kind of how they got to the Big 12 this year. So it's one of those. If they get on them early, you never know what's going to happen because Mississippi State has had their struggles scoring at times. But yeah, it's kind of this is actually weirdly a stay away for me. But it's also the number does not help.
All right. Does anybody want to touch Washington State, Oregon, or Jacksonville State, Little Rock, or are we wrapping the show up?
I think Jacksonville State. Sorry, I think Jacksonville State. I mean, we kind of all knew it, and then our site concluded it. Whenever Southern Miss lost Jacksonville State, their probability to win that regional just shot up. Yeah, now it sits at 59%, Southern Miss at 23%, and then like on those other ones, of all the 4 seeds, I think St. Mary's is most likely to to go through at 27% right now. But like I said earlier, I think we all think Cal Poly probably wins that game. But a lot of chaos yesterday. St. John's is another 4 seed. So that was going to be my question.
I was about to bring that up. That's one of my official polls.
That of all the 4 seeds, which one do you think can get through? And Crutch says the Johnnies, because I agree. And I heard that they were dogs against Northern Illinois.
Yep.
Who
They
used
are. They're
all of
100.
their pitching staff.
Yeah, I played.
They used all 3 starters yesterday, didn't they?
Yeah, and still gave up 10 runs. So yeah,
Jesus.
I played them at plus 105 this morning. They're still plus 100.
Yep.
Looks like on the MGM.
Minus 115 on DraftKings.
115 on DraftKings. But yeah, so that's one of my official ones. Was give me the Johnnies there. I think they take care of business.
Did you guys see the odds are back out to win the regional, and the only 1 seed that lost that's still a favorite is UCLA?
No, I didn't even. I'll be honest, I didn't even go to look.
UCLA minus 130. You can get Auburn 2-1, who our site still says should be the favorite to win. And then the champion odds, Georgia Tech now plus 350. Next closest is Texas plus 550, Georgia plus 650, North Carolina plus 650, UCLA still hanging around at plus 750.
We talked about
Pretty
that. We
wild.
said Auburn's the best chance to come out of the losers bracket.
Yeah.
And that was our consensus pick. All right. If you guys don't have anything else, I certainly don't. We can wrap it up. We are going to do tomorrow as well. We're going to give you coverage all weekend long. You fellas are free to join Smitty and I. Always an open invitation. Guys, we have 360 of you guys in here. We appreciate every single one of you that's joining the show. Be back with us tomorrow. First thing in the morning, I'll hammer down the exact time with Smitty. It's probably going to be a little earlier than today's show, so Matt's probably out. But we'll get
Matt will probably just go into bed.
Yeah, Matt's going to bed, logging off as we're logging on.
Real quick, because I know we want to get off, but my getting up for work, I get up around 6 a.m. and I always, shut my alarm off and I go, and it's just message after message. And it's from Matt. But I always have to look at the time because I just want to see the time that he's texted all this. And it's like, I just shake my head and go, this guy's a machine, man. And I post that on social media. This guy never sleeps. He's always working. The site's fantastic. So if you haven't got on the site or got the guides, what are you doing? Wake up. You got plenty of time. There's a lot of games still left. Get on it. But Matt, great job on the site.
Matt, looking at this.
Thank you very much.
Looking at this real quick, I guess last thing, because you talked about the regional odds changing. You talked about almost playing Arkansas minus 145 this morning against Kansas. They're minus 125 to win.
25.
So instead of
I just saw that.
Do you play Arkansas minus 125 today, or are you still so scared of kind of the deep part of that pitching staff where it still gets risky even after they're 2-0?
No, I mean, I think if they can put themselves in a position where they're 2-0, they're going to win. I would say if they win this game, which they're favored to do so, I bet that odds to win the regional is more like minus 220.
Oh, it'll jump, yeah.
If not higher, I mean, minus 450 even. Because it's so hard to win, come out of a loser's bracket anyway. So, yeah, that the math doesn't feel right there at minus 125. Because you're basically saying that this game plus another game parlayed is what's going to decide it.
Correct. Yeah.
And they're going to be minus, minus 450 if they play and win this game after that. So, yeah, I would take the minus 125.
Which one, the game or the region?
No, win the regional.
Because the game's the game's not minus 175. That's why the math thing on that one.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Because you win this game, you're going to probably minus 450 to win the regional then.
Yeah.
Same thing. Same look at Ole Miss. Like I said, we already have them as a future. If you like them more today, Ole Miss is plus 110 and Nebraska's minus 105. So that's another one of those games where it's like that math works better than the Arkansas math because the difference is like we're talking about 10 cents. The 50-cent difference for Arkansas is a huge one.
Good insight there, Nick. Good at the end there.
Oh, hey, also, Q, go to the trophy on the top bar. I want to show some people this because I think it's going to be pretty valuable. Click on the scout regional for Austin's fine.
Northern Illinois.
We did talk about the percentages
to win
changing.
Tallahassee.
Do the C-full preview. Yeah. And then you can go down to click on Texas and click more info.
We did talk about the
This is
recency
new.
as well.
Okay, so go back up to previous starter. So you can see Luke Harrison started against Holy Cross, 529. You can see his final stat line.
I like that.
As that, and the reason I'm showing everybody that is as the postseason goes along, you're going to notice that pitcher usage is very important to track. The number of pitches is something I think we're going to have to enter manually for everybody, which will get easier as the field shrinks. But you will be able to make balance workloads on pitchers and who's available, match each matchup. So should be good.
Marty Chamberlain's going to be in the backyard tonight.
I will probably see you there.
Matt Noah, grinding until 5 a.m. on the Diamond Report. That's his normalcy, guys. He's a weird dude. He's nuts, but I love him. We love him for it, and he's everything the website is. So without Matt, we wouldn't have this fantastic website. So please give him the kudos where credit is due. We certainly do behind the scenes. As much as we irritate him and we bug him, the guy comes through every time. With that being said, we will see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy the games. We already have one going right now. Can we get a final update before I click end stream?
3-1, Citadel's up.
3-1, Citadel's up. That's a team to look out for. They're playing good baseball.
For 9 in a row.
Automatic over if they win this. Automatic over when that game gets put out tonight with Georgia Tech. Those two teams can put up runs.
Agreed. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, I really want somebody to knock off Georgia Tech so we don't have to try.
That'd be insane.
They are good. I don't know. Real quick, I know you guys want to go, but I think people will like this question. In all the years past, have we seen a team this hot at swinging the bat where you're like, oh my gosh, this team could mash their way to the championship? Because typically we see pitching. It's this rotation, they're going to get there because of their pitching staff.
The answer is easy.
It's never really been
Tennessee.
Oh, see, I was going to go Tennessee, but I was going to go 2022 Tennessee.
But they lost. Yeah.
No,
Exactly.
I meant at this time of the year, it just felt like that 22, the 24 team, their stats end up being better at the year, end of the year, but it just felt like in the regional, it just felt like one of those where it's this team is blowing everybody out.
Yeah.
It was.
No, to me, it's 24. The way 24 towards the end of the season, they were good. They were not as good as the 22 team until the end of the year, and then they were, in my opinion, better than the 22 team. They couldn't do anything wrong.
Just
hell, they even had the umpires giving them check bat, check swings. So without that, they probably don't win a title. Florida 3 inches away in 23 from a World Series, a jumping catch in left field, but we're not going to talk about that. So 20. I think Matt, sadly it's an easier said question, I think. But
I'm going to go back and look at WOBAs for the last 10 years of champs and see. Just compare them to where Georgia Tech is.
Yeah. I would say 24 Tennessee, and then I can't remember the last time, to be honest. That made it to Omaha, if we're looking through.
I just can't see, and I know they have losses in their loss column, but none of those games stick out where I'm oh, this team really got after them because they did this well. I think it was more of just baseball.
One team did. The Mercer Bears.
Oh, yeah. Another team that can out hit them. Yeah. Ben Upton, we love you. We hope you missed this part of the show because I know it's still hurting you. But Mercer was the only team I think that could out hit them. Georgia could. I think, dude, that's going to be incredible. You want to talk about – that's going to remind me of was it 97 or 98 Fenway Home Run Derby? You had Bagwell, Griff, McGuire, Sosa.
That is what Georgia Tech matchup would be in primetime.
Oh, Jeff Bagwell, what a pull!
That's
Hey,
it.
I just sent to you guys. Matt was right. That night for Cincinnati is confirmed the pitch today.
Okay, Logan Knight.
Cool,
Pitch.
thank
Look at
you.
that guy. Guy knows it all. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy the games. Go cheer on Citadel because it's always cool to see them beat the Oklahoma Sooners. And on that note, we'll wrap the show up. See you guys tomorrow.